Evacuations underway this morning in parts of the Outer Banks along the East Coast as Hurricane Erin continues to spin. That storm expected to stay offshore, but dangerous conditions already being seen up and down the East Coast. We're talking rip currents through Thursday. In Maryland, waves could hit more than 10 feet. Officials in New Jersey say the water is already too dangerous there. And as we bring in our meteorologist, Mario Ruiz, I know you've been tracking Erin and looking at kind of that storm path. And even if it doesn't make landfall, that doesn't mean that we're not going to see some massive effects along the seaboard.
Yeah, and get this. Hurricane Erin is still over 600 miles away from the Outer Banks. That's already causing issues like rip currents and like those waves. And it's only going to progressively get worse here in the next 24 hours just because it's moving in that direction. And I'll show you that. But here's a look at the tropical storm watch that's in place for the Outer Banks there. And not only there, but as we look closer towards the Turks and Caicos, that's where tropical storm warnings are in place. And that's where Erin is. Hurricane Erin is still over 600 miles away from the Outer Banks, or the center of circulation is at the very least. But this is quite a bit of a massive storm that's only going to increase its footprint over the next 24 hours. So here are current stats. It's still considered a Category 3, which is a major hurricane. Anything 3 or higher is considered major. Max sustained winds of 115, wind gusts of 140. It's moving to the northwest still at about 7 miles per hour. The track, though, eventually has it curving. It'll be between Bermuda and the U.S. East Coast. It will eventually lower in intensity to a Cat 2, but expected to strengthen again to a Category 3 as it gets very close to those Outer Banks and then eventually moves into the open waters of the Atlantic. So no direct impacts, but the high waves, the high winds, certainly enough to cause for some concern, especially on the Outer Banks where storm surge could be over 3 feet in addition to those high waves. Not only are we watching that, but we're also watching 2 other waves off of the African coastline there. 60% chance of development for this wave, 30% chance of development for the one right off of the African coastline as we approach the peak of hurricane season, which happens in early September. Kara, we'll be watching all of this very closely for you.
Oh, I know you